So the debut for the Hulk was 2012, and it was a very exciting year for us. We had a new car, we knew there was lots of testing to be done, and we rushed the build a little bit. And we were still building the car on the night before the event, but we got it ready, we got it on the dyno, and we brought it out to the track, and there was a problem that we couldn't replicate on the dyno, which turned out to be an issue in the fuel system, and turned out that was our day. It was leading out the engine, and we thought we'd heard it. Funny thing is, when we pulled it apart, it was still okay, but we started running the Hulk in some testing events this year, New South Wales Time Attack and some super sprints, and people started looking at the car, and obviously they could see it was a major threat in open class, and we got a few protests, but just to get past all of that, we just want to come out here, run the car and do the best we can. We decided to step up to Pro-Am, and so that's what we've done this year. We've just put aero on the car. The chassis has been developed and tuned, but no big changes. The engine's the same, it's the same engine, but we've got aero on the car now, and we want to take on Pro-Am boys. So the relationship with Autotech goes back a long way. Right from my very first car race, I raced a standard Subaru, and I wanted to make some more power in the car. I took the car down there and Spiro tuned the car. Eventually we started winning some races, and Spiro's looked at what we were doing with that sort of car, and we won a state championship in 2009, again in 2011, and that relationship has become a really close friendship now. Autotech Engineering is a high-performance auto shop. They're in Granville, in Sydney, where they have a mainline dyno, four-wheel dyno, specialises in tuning Subarus, Evos, Fords and Holdens. They build their own kits, twin-turbo kits for Holden V8s. They do a lot of work with the boosted Fords and the Ford supercharged GTs. The other day I was down there and they're putting a twin-turbo on a Lamborghini Gelato. So he's doing the lot, and they do excellent work down there.
The Hulk runs a fully forged EJ25 that is now 2.6 litres in capacity and filled with liquid moly oils. Ported heads and upgraded valve gear make the most of the Garrett GTX 35 turbocharger. Process West provided the intercooler, radiator and oil coolers to keep temps in check, as well as the reverse inlet manifold. A Autotech ECU tuned by Autotech Engineering gives the Hulk up to 450 kilowatts at the wheels, but was only running around 350 at the event. Surprisingly, the gearbox is still a factory STI 6-speed, but Cusco diffs, centre diff controller and billet axles transfer the power to the wheels. Suspension is full house, with more than we can mention here. Set up by Dejan Ninic from Enquires. Project new brakes sit inside AME TMO2 wheels, which sit under the APR wide body kit. The new splitter and wing setup was done and tuned by Scott Beaton at Aero Design.
The winner in the Pro-Am class is currently sitting around a 130, and I think it'll be a 129 that'll win it. Can we get the Hulk to 129 this weekend? It's probably unlikely. We haven't completed our aero package. We've only got the splitter and the wing. We're missing the whole of the flat floor and the canards and all that stuff that drives really good downforce. We don't have that yet, so we'd be really keen to get into the 32s. Okay, here we are at the end of day one. It's been a long week for Team Autotech. We've been burning the candle in the workshop 12 o'clock the last 3 nights in a row. We run the car today, first time we've run it with aero, and we pulled the car out of the box this morning and run a fairly decent time, a 1:35.9. We've made some small changes to the car. We're still running our low power setting in the engine. We're going to tune it up for tomorrow, it's the last day. and we're going to put the soft tyres on tomorrow, and we really think we can knock 2 or 3 seconds off that with some changes on the car overnight. We're pretty comfortable with the car. The aero package is coming together, it's working well, and we're looking forward to putting some sticky tyres on tomorrow, turning up the boost and give it shit.
Many thought with the new rules that times would be slower and no one would go under the 1:40 barrier, but that certainly wasn't true. Jason Wright returned to Club Sprint with the Process West Autotech-backed STI and ran a 1:39.247 to take the class win.
The Gulf Western Process West Hornet has taken our Club Sprint class. The car's going great, we had a great day and I'm really excited to get the win. This car's been dominant in his class for 3 years now. It's got 2 camps national championships and now it's got first place in World Time Attack Challenge. That's where it belongs, baby.
Now let's take a look at the rest of the top 10 in the Just Car Insurance Club Sprint class.
Oh, don't forget Gulf Western. You can't keep 500 kilowatts together without good oil. I want to see the hole. Hey, now that's where it's at, baby. We're bulging with all sorts of muscles.